Good morning, folks. A little bit of a glitch in the matrix this morning, so to speak, as the Vancouver Canucks, with the 80th overall pick, they did not get a trade into the second round, but with the 80th overall pick selected from Sweden, Elias Pettersson. No, not that Elias Pettersson. They selected a Swedish defender from Örebro Hockey Club in Sweden, who just happens to also be named Elias Pettersson. Now, that they do it for the joke, maybe a little, but the Canucks are all in on Swedes, and they go out and pick another one. So let's do what we did during the draft coverage yesterday and the night before when we talked about some of the people that we were looking at, and let's do a little bit of quick research on who is Elias Pettersson. So let's swap to the screen here. This is his elite prospects page for Elias Pettersson. Where's number 25, not number 40? Come on, you gotta represent your guy. He did state on Twitter that he has never met Elias Pettersson, but there's a lot of the Spider-Man memes of the two Spider-Mans pointing at each other, which I thought was great. So who is Elias Pettersson? Let's scroll down. He is a defenseman, 18 years old, February birthday, so same as everyone else here, 2004 draft year, or birth year. 6 foot 2, 185 pounds, so a little bit on the slimmer side, like most Swedes tend to be, but 6 foot 2 can definitely grow into that frame. He is picked by the Vancouver Canucks, 80th overall. So there's a lot of fluctuation here, and especially when you do get into the later rounds, you're going to see some big discrepancies between one ranking and another, right? In this case, right off the bat, Elite Prospects put their ranking first, and they have him number 57. So to me, that is a pretty good pick, right? You have a guy ranked 57th that you took at 80. That's good value. However, FC Hockey has him at 129th. McKeen's at 152nd. So definitely some variance there. NHL Central Scouting had him at 37th among European skaters. So it's not actually 37th. It's probably more like 100 and something. Recruit Scouting at 92. Dauber Prospects at 82, which is basically right where the Canucks picked him. Draft Prospects Hockey at 105 and the Puck Authority at 106. So consensus, some people had him late second, Elite Prospects in this case, early third, mid third, all the way into sort of late fourth round potential here, from McKeen's especially. So sort of all over the place. But who is Elias Pettersson? I don't have the draft guide, so I cannot look there, but let's take a look at some stats. So this last year he played, you'll see on a lot of teams, basically because in Sweden there's sort of these club teams, right, where Örebro, as this team is called, they'll have an under 18 team and an under 20 team, and then a regular team, typically, and they might even have an under 16 team, which is not the team that he was a part of before. So this last year, he played some regional under 18 hockey, and he was too good for it, it looks like, right? Defenseman with 13 points in 9 games, 4 goals, 9 assists, 10 penalty minutes. Nice. So in that case, it looks to me like he got moved up to the under 20 team. Either that or he aged out of the under 18, I guess is possible late in the season. And on the under 20 team, pretty good there as well. 18 points in 37 games, including, and this is, I think, where some of his stock might have gone up, 10 points in the in the 6 playoff games that they played, including a plus 12 in the playoffs, which is absolutely crazy. I wonder if these stats are right. He also got a taste of Swedish Hockey League action. So that's the men's league in Sweden, for, I guess, his main team there. 17 games played, only 1 assist for 1 point. Again, defenseman in the Swedish league at the age of 18, probably not going to get a lot of points, but was a plus 4 as well. So I guess that bodes well. Again, we don't have like the in-depth analytics for Örebro Hockey Club for the most part, but plus minus is at least something we can sort of look at as a bit of a measuring stick. Also played 6 games on the under 18 team, no points, was a plus 1 with 2 penalty minutes, and then played 11 other games internationally and had 5 points in those with 10 penalty minutes and a plus 8. So all in all, once you're this late in the draft, you're taking shots, right? You're picking a guy who you might think has some high upside, and either that or he's not going to make it at all. And adding another Elias Pettersson wrinkle is pretty funny. And this draft, or this management regime, seems all in on Swedish players, which makes me think that they're doing a lot of scouting in Sweden. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they saw something in this player that all of the other teams didn't. or just because by virtue of spending more time maybe watching this player than maybe some other teams did. Whether that's because of the name, whether that's because of the nationality, we'll find out. We'll see if he ends up making the team in a few years. Obviously, we're not talking about a guy who's making the NHL this year, but he should get some time playing more Swedish Hockey League games, maybe a little bit of J20 as well. We'll see if maybe he can spend most of the season in the Swedish League, maybe a top 4 player up there. And then you might have a guy who could fight for an NHL spot a few years down the road. All right, folks, that's it for the Elias Pettersson pick on my end. Make sure you're subscribed, hit like, follow me on Twitter, do all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you in the next one.